Now, before I install my new radiator, I'm actually going to remove the clips that are back here that hold this onto here. The reason being is I don't want to remove these from my used radiator that I'm installing. In this video, I show you a lot of ways of how not to do things, although I do think that there's some advice in here that is excellent, and I also share with you the mistakes that I made during the production of these cuts that ended up on the editing floor. So I thought you folks might want to see it, ridicule me in the comments about how dumb I am, and just have a good time watching something that teaches you something while teaches you how not to do things too. Essentially, I do a lot of work on sprinters, and oftentimes I'll make mistakes, but I learn from my mistakes and I don't generally make them again. And I certainly learned something while I was replacing the radiator and condenser and intercooler on this van. And I was also learned that you don't hear squeaks underneath your hood and not do anything about them for several weeks until they create serious complications. But these complications that I'm doing in these videos, they actually happened during the install portion. I'm always trying to explain not only how to do things, but why you're doing them. And this is why I fucked up. That's pretty much it. Let's go! And also, it's going to make it simpler for installation as well, because you won't have to turn these in a tight spot. And you can't break your new radiator that you're going to reinstall. So removing these clips is really important. Okay, so to remove these clips, you're going to see a little dividend in here. And that's where the clip goes at. You're going to take your pick tool, slide up underneath it. Do not lose these clips. They are a pain in the ass to find at the store. With the clip popped up like that, you just want to take the pick tool, pick it up in there, and pull it out. It should look like that. Now keep in mind that this little dividend right here goes down inside one of these. This is like a tri-clip, I'll show you. There's 3 windows in this right here, and what it's designed to do, when you put the clip in there correctly and you go to push the line on there, it will just pop into place. Pretty simple. Said an absolute moron today. Yeah, don't pay attention to that garbage, because this is anything but simple. This is where I find out that I think I know more than I actually know. I've been doing this for decades, but I'm still a complete idiot. I'm going to install these clips on my radiator, and then that way when I put them down there, I won't have to fight with tightening these up, and I'll have no chance of breaking it. Although, once again, I would recommend putting an external transmission cooler on here. Then you'll have no contamination and really no possibility for your transmission to go defective because of contamination from the radiator. When you go to install this clip, the outer edges go just like this. You see how it's not in the window? Then you just quite simply push it into place. Pretty simple stuff. Save yourself some time, and if yours looks rusty and crusty like this, take some emery cloth or some light sandpaper, sand this off so it pops into place simpler. This was one of my first mistakes during the installation of this. I trapped my transmission line in between my intercooler and my radiator. Big problem. Bent it. Moved to where they need to be, because that other one is moved in between my hose and my radiator from when I went to install it. All right. I would say avoid the temptation of bending these lines up. This was not quite as easy as it was the first time I did to get it in there. Okay, so I got the transmission line out of there, but it is bent, and it is not going to go inside there efficiently and effectively, for certain. And I'm hoping that I didn't bend that one up. They should just go in and not come out. Now, make sure wherever these little plastic round things are, you put them on there, because I have seen these blow off even with the clip installed correctly. This cover keeps that clip into the proper space. Make sure that it's installed flush on here. If it's not, take your finger and try to spin it. If you can't spin it with your finger, while you're installing it, push it in and then try to spin it. If you can't spin it with your finger, spin it with a pair of pliers or something. It does need to be on there. It pushes the clip into the grooves and allows it not to pop off. Okay, so I'm having a little trouble getting this line in here. My presumption is when I pushed the radiator down on it, I bent it. It wouldn't matter if you had this unscrewed or you had it screwed in. You're gonna have trouble once it's bent. If you had it unscrewed and then you went to screw it in, it would be impossible to screw in anyways. So dealing with the challenged clip is probably easier than dealing with the challenged screw. And all I've got to do is get something that allows me to push some force on this, and I'm certain it'll click in. We also want to make sure that it's still straight, so we want to view it from this angle. And I think even from that angle, it looks a little bit dipped. So we need to bring it up just a bit, so it's going in there square. So in order to do that, I took the tip and I put pressure right here to square it up a bit. And I thought I had it in there. But that's why we check ourselves. Now it looks like we've got it square, so we need to push it straight in, and hopefully the clip bounces back and we're able to get there, because this is a pain in the butt. I'm not certain if I got it, but I think I did. And how I did it was I pulled my little plastic clip up here, and I could get it kind of kitty-wampus on there, and then I pushed it in, and then my clip bounced back, so I assume that the clip interacted with the pipe, and hopefully that's what it should look like. Let's check and see if that looks a little bit better. Okay, how about now? How about now? Okay, this must be what it needs to look like, because it won't come out anymore. Okay, so it's not in there yet, but it's getting much, much closer. We've got to have that clip pushed down. I don't know, maybe it'll just push down with my finger. I'm not sure, but I don't think so, because I don't think this is all the way in there. This is a pain in the ass. It's definitely not in there until that cover will go on it. That I'm certain of. To try something different. Pry it on there somehow, like put some leverage behind it and push it into the spot, because it goes through a O-ring as well. So that's why it can't be bent, because the tip of it will be pushing up against the old O-ring that secures it and seals it. So to get the leverage and force that I needed, I'm going to take a pair of pliers. I'm going to put them around the pipe, and then I'm going to take a flathead screwdriver, and that will pry that into place. At least that's the hopes. Now it looks like it might be in there all the way, which is cool for clay. You probably noticed what I noticed when I went back to look at my film to make sure I'm seeing it well enough, that that clip is still pushed out on the side, but I do know for certain that it's down in there and pretty damn close to being right. So I'm going to try to wiggle it a little bit, hopefully get it seated down a little bit more, and then that clip will be in the right place. I will show you. Why don't you go to your home? Why? If you're new to my show, you don't know that I'm really blind. Seriously, not even a joke. That looks correct to me. This is definitely not correct, no matter what I say. Yeah, that looks like that's down in there far enough to me. I may be finally getting it, but it still does not end up being right the way I thought it should be. That's exactly right. You see, I'm using my little trick a couple of times to try to get this in there, but it's not correct, I'm certain. Most people would probably give up on this stuff and figure something else out. Like, I eventually figure out that I should probably cut this line and just reconnect it so I can get it in there suitably. I had to take my needle nose pliers and work it. Now that's exactly right. Must have pushed up a bit. Make sure that's on there square. And it doesn't just pop back off really super easy. I'm going to take my pliers, put them on here, and go like this just to make sure it's on there properly. I wouldn't have spent as much time on this as I did if this wasn't extremely important that this is on here square. And I'm hoping mine is. Can't really tell from up here. Hindsight is always 20/20. That little ring should be flat and flush on these lines when they're done correctly. I gotta see where my clip is popped out at. I couldn't see it at the time, but it's definitely popped out at the bottom, right where the ring won't go on. Damn YouTube videos having to show people my work. Hopefully I got it this time, I don't know. Kind of looks like I did. I did my pry technique with my pliers and my screwdriver again. Now I'm just examining to see if my clip is in correctly. I don't know what attempt this is, but I grabbed a hold of the line and wiggled it. I'm hoping it was just a hair away from going in, but I can't really tell because I'm blind. This is just what happens when you want to do things the right way and the clay way. To constantly check your work and make sure that you do it correctly, because this will blow out on the highway, and what's going to happen? All of your transmission fluid is going to come out of this thing. I'm not sure what I should have done here. Maybe I pull the clip back out and put it in a different way and see if that helps at all. Because I'm really not certain how to fix this. Doesn't seem to be going on. I know for certain that this one's clipped in because I even got the plastic cover on it. So I'm going to pull it off, take a look at how this looks right here in comparison to that one down there. Because even though the line won't come out, it doesn't feel like the damn clip is in there the right way. This was so important to me that this was correct. I had to keep looking at it, then going back and looking at the video that I took of it because I was too far away to see what I was doing. This is exactly another reason that I install an aftermarket cooler, because if I have an aftermarket cooler, it fits together just like the power steering lines over here. And it's easy as hell to install, but this thing's a pain in the ass. Okay, I'm going to have to fix this, but I'm going to wait till I'm at the shop and not working in my driveway in my yard. So for now, we're going to move on with the rest of the video. And I'm going to take and put a zip tie over the end of that keeper. Hopefully it don't move back anytime soon before I get up there within about 50 miles. Because it's definitely on there. It's just not pushed down the way that it should. And I think I have some stuff that I could fix it with, or I'll just ultimately install an aftermarket transmission cooler, which is probably what I want to do anyway. Hopefully this lower radiator hose doesn't give us as much trouble as that stinking transmission line did. Okay, all of these things that I did in this video, and yes, that lower radiator hose gives me the exact same trouble. I'm out here for hours trying to get these two put back together. It all boiled down to not thinking quick enough. I'm extremely, I don't know, dumb or something like that when I do this stuff, but man, I made a lot more work for myself. While I was editing out these videos, I realized that this could have been much easier than I made it. But This is why I made this video, so y'all could see that I'm not always perfect too. I'm actually quite dumb most of the time. This video proves that my ingeniousness often is superseded by my complete incompetence. My name's Clay with the Clayway here in Grand Rapids, Western Muskegon, Michigan. And if this video was helpful, please consider subscribing, clicking the notifications, sharing my videos, giving me them sweet old thumbs up. If you want to help me out with the good old super thanks, I could maybe use it to get some new front teeth for my head. If you got a question for me and you want it answered for free, you can look me up on Facebook under Clay's AC and Auto Repair. Send me a DM. I'll try to help you. I can't help you with baby mama drama, but I may be able to help you fix your whip. It doesn't matter if it's Mercedes or not. I know crap about everything. I probably forgot more stuff than people know about cars, to be honest with you. And then again, there's a lot of stuff that I don't know, so we'll try to sort it out together. Remember, don't be the next to them, be the absolute first of you. And if anyone else can do it, you can do it too. Don't be the next to them, be the first of you. God bless, folks. Have a wonderful day.